So we are now live. The April, oh my gosh, what day is it? Is it 10th? 8th?
April
8th.
April 8th. We have
Close.
one more week to go and tax season is
I
done.
know.
Oh,
We got more than a week, baby, because it's till the 18th.
Got two
I know,
weekends.
but
Got 2 weekends.
2 weekends.
That's right. Dennis and I know exactly how much time we have.
I'm telling my clients 15.
Our clients might not know,
They won't.
but Dennis and I know.
They don't hear from me. I told them the 15th.
I kind of don't like the extension. It just wrecks another weekend.
That's exactly right. You got it.
Exactly, but I don't know. I might need
I
it
need
this
it.
year.
I need it this year, so I am all for it.
I had planned on doing mine this week, and boy, oh boy, the week had other plans for me.
I don't do mine till October anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do it on the deadline?
I did it early. Last year, I did it early. I think it was like October 11th I did it instead of the 14th.
I did mine on the 15th.
Yeah. I don't trust the email system that much. So.
I waited to 11:59 just because I was flirting with disaster. I just wanted to.
You certainly were.
I was.
You needed that timestamp. Prove that you did it on time.
Trying to get as close to that without going over.
Just send the power goes out on your computer and you can't reboot it.
That's all right.
Okay,
So how's the weather for everyone? We were talking about snow. Joanne just sighs. I had snow this morning.
There was a little flakes this morning that were trying to be really cute and Christmassy, and I just said, go away. And Cosmo said the same thing. He wanted nothing to do with going out. He gets confused because
Smart little dog.
he doesn't go out in the wintertime. And then when it starts getting warmer and he starts going outside and then it gets cold again and he's like, wait a minute, you're supposed to be picking me up. Yeah. But we made it.
Well, we'll be hibernating tomorrow too. We're supposed to get not at like between 1 and 2 inches. So
Yesterday it was like almost 90 degrees where I live.
oh my goodness.
And today it sprinkled a little bit and the sun's out again.
Nice, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's weird. And down here, like 500 miles south of there, it's 59 degrees and it's raining.
It's been beautiful. I mean, it's a little getting overcast again, but it's beautiful. I went on my morning walk and it's just gorgeous.
Michelle, where are you from?
I'm in Minnesota.
Oh, no.
So
She laughs.
Well, that's a very tall state, too. Where in Minnesota?
I am 60 miles south of Minneapolis,
Okay, so you're toward the southern
Yep.
edge. Of
40
Minnesota.
miles over the border from Iowa.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So how is your weather today?
Nasty, yucky.
Yucky.
Started out raining and then it's kind of snow and
Wash.
it's cold again and I want to get my camper out.
Larry, how about you?
We had some ice pellets this morning. Nothing too scary. The Weather Channel keeps hyping it, though.
Well, that's all they have to talk about is the weather.
Right. Did you see on ours, on the Weather Channel, on the bottom, they had a picture from one of the satellites in space, and they showed a picture of the Nile River, and it was like blood red, right?
Wow.
But it turns out they were using, I don't know, infrared or something like that. So,
Okay.
all the vegetation looked red instead of green, you know.
Oh, got it. They were using some kind of filter or something. So, Michelle, this is your first time here with us. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you do?
Primarily, I am a certified QuickBooks ProAdvisor. I'm kind of a diehard desktop fan. Sorry.
No, you have company.
We are too.
Oh, really? Yay! You are my friends.
That's right. You came to the right place.
Welcome home.
I been messing around with QBO. I've tried to upload my company data file 6 different times and have failed miserably. Even I've been on tech support calls probably a total of 30 hours trying to get my data file uploaded. And I just really have a hard time with trying to promote that to clients when I can't even get mine up there.
Yep.
So I am certified in QBO, have been for 2.5 years. Been doing this since 2002. I've been certified since 2006, enterprise, desktop, and QBO. Thinking and planning on going to Scaling New Heights for the first time ever this year.
Nice.
So I'm kind of excited about that. My husband's going with me, so we're going to extend it and make it a vacation too.
Great.
But I'm actually kind of intrigued by all the apps. I've been sitting through a lot of training for all of the apps that are out there, and I actually like the apps better than QBO.
What's the name of your business?
It's Sherwood Financial, and I took a class in school once, and we had to come up with a business name, and it was the name of my housing addition. I lived in Sherwood Heights, so I just kind of stuck with it. But I'm in the process of rebranding and getting a new logo, potentially a new name, all of that. So I'm working with some people on that, and my life is in complete turmoil right now.
We can relate.
Yeah, don't worry a lot about the turmoil. Just one at a time, and it'll sort out.
Yep. I'm getting ready to work with Mike McAllowitz on his 90-day immersion program
Nice.
for Profit First. So that intrigues me, and I'm going to do that.
Good.
I actually just won an essay contest with Intuit, and I get to work with Ron Baker for 6 months.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's great.
I think I'm as nervous about that as I am excited.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then I'm also mentoring with Mark Wickersham. Are you familiar with him?
Yes, I just saw his a video of his. Is he the English guy?
Yes, he's out of the UK. Yep, he's got the cloud pricing software.
Yeah, Sarah Laidlaw.
Oh, yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah.
You should watch the hangout the hangout this morning from Seth, because we talked about that.
Yeah, Mark Wickersham. I was on that. I think that was one of the power hours. He was on.
For Hector Garcia's QB Power Hour.
Yeah.
So we're both on, and Mark Wickersham was on.
Yeah.
And they had Woodard on.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Woodard spoke for about 5 minutes. Mark Wickersham was on for I think 10 or 15. And Hector and Michelle were on.
I love Hector and Michelle. Are any of you going to Scaling New Heights? Besides Michelle?
No.
Okay.
No, it's, I have to fly to the East Coast and then fly to the Bahamas. It would cost me $1,000 to go to Southern California. And then I haven't checked my passport to see if it's good right now. The last time I got one was in 2006 when I went to China. So it's kind of like I'm going to Sleater in November. It's in Vegas. I basically fly for free to Vegas. So
I'll be going to Sleater in November with you, Linda. I'll be flying across the
wonderful.
country to do that.
Good.
So.
And we'll be at the Mirage.
Oh, that's right. They changed the hotel.
Yeah, well, at least we won't be at the Bellagio. I didn't really like the Bellagio that much. I mean, it's okay, but.
Oh,
Have
we
you
didn't.
all been? Oh, sorry.
Go
Have you
ahead.
all been to a lot of conferences?
I went to QuickBooks Connect last year.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to QuickBooks Connect as well, the very first one.
I
was
went to the first one. Yvette and I shared a room.
Yeah, I may go back. I haven't decided. I'm trying to decide whether I want to do Sleater or QuickBooks Connect.
I wish I could do all of them.
QuickBooks
That would
Connect
be
is
nice.
QuickBooks Connect is near my family, so it's a lot easier for me to fly in, and I can stay with. I have a friend in almost in the San Jose area, San Francisco area, and then my sister also lives in like the Modesto area, so it's easy for me to just, stay for a couple of days, extend it a little bit. But Vegas is.
I'm thinking of trying to do both of them because I have a Southwest credit card, Southwest Air credit card, and I basically get to fly to these places for free. So what costs me is the hotel.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking if I got a less expensive hotel and then had to go back and forth, like maybe by Uber or something, that might.
Uber, yeah. Well, I know at QuickBooks Connect, what was great about it is that when you buy your ticket at QuickBooks Connect, they take care of everything except for the hotel room. I mean, you're fed you're fed a ton of meals, you're fed a ton of alcohol. They give you free credits for Ubers so that if you have to go to another hotel, you can go back and forth anytime with Ubers.
Okay. Well, that was a change from the first year.
Yeah, and they also had
we got the food, but there was no shuttle from the airport the first year. We had to pay a taxi, $20.
No, they had these huge buses. They had these huge like luxury buses that.
Well, I think there were a lot of complaints.
Yeah, and then they even had these guys. They had pedicab drivers that would drive you if you wanted to.
I saw pictures of
it
that.
was so much fun. I got a bunch of video of us when we were going around town, and they would take you anywhere. I even had one guy that actually drove me to my hotel or pedicab me to the hotel, and he sat there for 45 minutes while I changed my clothes and got ready for like the evening festivities. He goes, "Yeah, I won't go back. I'll just sit here and wait for you." And he did. He waited for me 45 minutes.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun.
So I think I'm going to try to do both QuickBooks Connect and Sleater. And Yvette, if you want a room with me for Connect, we could do that. I'm not going to, I want to stay at a cheaper hotel though.
I'll give you a clue at a hotel for QBC. The Ramada.
Ramada's nice too.
That Ramada, it wasn't, I mean, it kind of looks like it's not like in a good area, but the rooms were pretty clean. Yeah. And it's not that far away from the main thing. And I got it for like $105 a night, I think.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Everybody else was paying $240 something a room.
I think we were $250 or $350. I mean, it was just
$320
that.
$320.
It was just awesome.
Yep. That's where a whole bunch of us stayed. A whole bunch of us girls stayed there, like Billy Ann and who else? Stacy Byrne. And yeah, it's kind of like everybody said, we're coming back here next year, right?
Well, I better go make my reservation then.
There you go.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Dwayne.
Hey.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you see that thing last night where the lady came in?
How is everyone?
I'm fine. We're fine. I'm fine.
Make something louder, Sarah.
I'm tired is what I am. My brain's like.
Happy tax season, everyone.
Yeah. How's it going, Dwayne?
Are your taxes done, Dwayne?
No.
I don't think I've ever done my taxes before April 15th.
Yeah.
Ever. Oh, I mean, I just automatically extend because,
I did when I was 19 and I used to get refunds.
Oh, true.
That's the problem. Yeah, when you used to get
when you're self-employed and you know you're going to pay anyways.
Yeah.
It's going to be applied to next year. What's the sense?
Right, exactly.
Right. No, last night I had made that comment to Bev about going to Maui, and I was like Irish deathly white, and like a minute later that spam came in with the spray tan on.
Really?
Did y'all see that before Seth nuked it?
No.
Yeah.
It was great. I'm like, what's the timing? But, it's so creepy the way you can do something on the internet and all of a sudden everything is popping up, ads and things, they're just, I'm doing a lot more incognito stuff when I'm just even looking for software, because then it's just like you feel like everybody's looking at everything you do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's true. That is
Right.
true.
Michelle has a little task for us to do.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Sarah.
She's got it in the chat. I think you have to scroll all the way to the top.
Okay.
Yes, you do, but that's easy to do.
Okay. And Michelle, we're all in now, so you better describe what it is you want us to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to switch this to a different paradigm.
Yeah, so I thought this was really interesting. I grew up in a sports family, so everything was kind of resonated with me. And I thought, I'm going to try and turn this into a presentation that I need to do about our industry, our business, our services that we provide. So, there's words in there like invest, and I'm going, yes, we're supposed to use the word invest instead of cost. And things like, I don't pay for my kid to participate in the matches. And I wanted to
start at the beginning, where it says, one of my friends asked, why would you pay so much money for your kid to wrestle? So that would be, why would you pay so much money for a bookkeeper or for an accountant?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm lost. Where are we seeing?
I'm missing something.
Cat.
Conversation.
Oh, do you guys not see it?
I don't see it in the chat. I don't see
We
it.
might need, hang on, let me,
Oh, maybe you weren't there.
because they came in later. Let me see.
Oh.
It's
Copy
not
and
letting
paste
me
it
copy
again.
and paste.
It's at the
Oh, here we go.
it's at the top. At the top.
It's not at the top. It's not at my top. The first thing I see is Dwayne that says hi everyone.
Yeah, what happened is you guys weren't here when she pasted it in.
Yeah, we were slackers.
So go to the chat, copy it, and repaste it down the
I'm
bottom.
trying to.
Okay.
I put it out on the Facebook page, on Gina's Facebook page. Maybe it's an easier read out there too. So
On Gina's Facebook page.
Well, wouldn't we have to go to the Facebook page then?
yeah,
You could actually share your screen, right? If you have it on a Word document.
okay, I can share my
The
screen.
middle bottom.
Middle and the bottom.
Okay, yeah.
Share screen.
Yeah, I only see Gina's link. I don't see anything on the page.
Yeah, I see it on the Facebook page.
I don't. I must be
I
losing
think I
it.
have a bad connection. I think I'm going to pop out and pop back in.
Okay, very good.
Because everybody's echoing. Are you echoing?
Everybody's echoing. I hear everybody's echoing.
Oh, then maybe it's not.
Let me right click and mute myself.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on the Facebook page either. Maybe that's odd.
It's under Mariette's post. It's under Gina Rodkey's room.
Well, I think we all see different things.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? I think it's Dennis. I think Dennis is the one that's echoing. I'm looking at the.
Okay, I'll get out and get back in.
Or mute for a
Or
second.
just mute to see if it goes away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we had you there, Michelle. It worked, but
Now we're echoing again.
Okay,
so
It's
what-
Michelle. Michelle's echoing.
I saw what you wrote, and nowadays when you have kids and you have them involved in sports, you have to pay for them to compete in clubs. So it is expensive nowadays, more so than it was back when I was a kid. Because you just sent us to the park back in the old days. Now they pay in clubs. So you would
Michelle,
pay
do you
for
have
it.
earphones?
Yeah. It's,
Because you are echoing.
Oh yeah.
That
no,
is
not you, Dwayne. Michelle.
Not you, Dwayne, it's Michelle.
Yeah. Everybody should have a set of earbuds in the meeting.
okay. I do not have, so I will try and get those prior to our next get together.
Or just turn down the volume on your speakers a little bit. That might.
Yeah, that might help.
Yep.
Okay. Did everyone hear what I just said?
No.
No? Okay. I was responding to Michelle's article,
Mm-hmm.
and someone asked her, how much money would you pay for your kids to wrestle? And nowadays, with kids participate in any type of quality athletic event, normally the parents have to pay because usually it's club oriented.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I know when my daughter played volleyball club, because she was tall, I paid over $2,000 for her to participate. You know, so it's
I
expensive.
have a client that is one of those clubs for lacrosse.
Okay, a lot of
Not
money,
for
right?
clothing, because they don't wear much when they play volleyball, right?
Right, you're right. They don't.
Is it
Just
traveling
finish-
or?
It's the traveling and going to all the different locations.
And
Yeah,
the tournaments, the places,
The
they have to
tournaments.
rent these places, and those
Right.
are not cheap at all.
no.
So, yeah, so whoever the organizer is has to have equipment, has
Right,
to have the
They need
place to do
insurance.
it,
right.
you know.
My
Gas
grand,
didn't
my,
used to be cheap.
not anymore. My granddaughters participate in soccer club, and my son's traveling all over the place, even to Vegas for them to play.
Wow.
And he says it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, back in the day, my husband and I used to run a premier soccer club because our boys played premier soccer, and we used to
Right.
travel all over the place.
Right.
So is the objective is this basically why, so, we translate this to why would you pay this much for my accounting services kind of thing?
Yes.
It's trying to show the value of your services.
Yes.
And I want to go further beyond that, saying that I think we need a new title rather than being just a bookkeeper or even an accountant. You know, people really don't know what those things are. And a bookkeeper it does not describe what we do these days at all.
I think it'd be better to call yourselves accounting specialists.
That's fine.
I'm using the word accounting tech.
Okay.
Technician.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, to me, part of the problem with providing a service is that the client doesn't really have a frame of reference. For example, if you go to a restaurant, pretty, right away whether it's a good meal or go and, have your car fixed, if it's been fixed or not. Whereas with an accountant or a bookkeeper, since you don't really understand what the product is, you don't really have a good frame of reference to know whether it's good or bad or whether it's better or worse than what another person would do.
Yeah.
That's the trouble with trying to put value on an intangible. It's like,
Well, that is for old data entry bookkeeping type work. If you go to a client and you're going as an advisor, then they know if you're helping them out or not.
Right.
Frequently, I've had clients say, that advice that you gave me that I took really, really helped me out. And you start building a relationship like that. And pretty soon you become not really a bookkeeper.
Right. I think my thing is where I think the big issue that we have in our industry, and this is going from bookkeeping all the way up through accounting, CPA, tax prep, everything like that, is that there's many people that just take liberties at what they call themselves and what they actually do, and the lines are just so blurred that seriously, for people who have gone to college and have a bachelor's degree in accounting and have spent all the time working and studying and getting their CPA or getting their enrolled agent or doing all this stuff, they do offer so much more than just somebody who would be entering in transactions. So when we have people that are coming up that maybe are just, really don't have the degree, but maybe have the experience and are bookkeepers, I think it starts confusing the whole industry when they say, well, I do accounting.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? So what I try to do is, and this is just for me one-on-one with my clients, is when I start working with my clients or they call me for a session or they call me for questions, one of the first things I do is I explain to them exactly what I do and what my experience is. And what the difference is between somebody who is coming in to just enter things in your books and who's going to answer the phone for you. I'm not the person that's the receptionist that's going to come in and take care of a few admin things, and put stuff in your QuickBooks file. That's
Right.
You go find somebody else. This is what I do for you, and this is why you may want to work with me, because you're going to get everything. You're
Right. And
You're going to get tax planning, tax preparation. You're going to have quarterly meetings. You're going to get all your reports. You're going to get your bookkeeping done if you want it. If you don't want your bookkeeping done, I can train you to do it right. So I try to make it because it is very difficult for us to be able to, without talking to somebody, to actually put out there, this is what I do, and have one word describe what we do. Because
Absolutely.
there isn't one word.
Absolutely.
Ideally, you help them succeed and become better at business and or keep them out of trouble with the IRS. And I mean, that's kind of a hard thing to, qualify, keeping you out of trouble.
Put value on, especially when you have the smaller level client that says, oh, all I need is a report to give my accountant at the end of the year so he can do taxes.
Right.
There's so much more that can be done with that data. So I look at us like shepherds of the data. We are funneling the data in. We're not entering it. It's not coming in bank feeds. And now what we can do is create reports and give the business owner more information to make better daily decisions.
Well, I think it's important to find out what the aspirations they have for their business are. I mean, if it's just a kind of a lifestyle where they're, semi-retired and they're just kind of getting some, spending money versus providing for their kids' education. So to me, the more serious they are, the more they're going to want to invest in somebody's going to help them succeed.
Yeah,
that's true. I have a lot of clients that are wives that their kids, they're now older, their kids are out of school, they want something to do during the day, and their husband encouraged them to go out and, do something.
It's kind of like a quasi-hobby in a sense.
Right. They're not really so interested in the profit and loss.
Or they're not necessarily dependent solely on their income to support themselves and their family,
Absolutely.
But I think the other thing that ends up happening when we come in and we start talking to clients about what we do and the services we provide, I think it's very important that we delineate what we do and what we don't do. Right. There's a lot of virtual assistants that I work with that do bookkeeping but won't do the tax end of things. They won't advise them on tax stuff. They won't give them that direction because they shouldn't. They don't have the expertise to be able to be giving tax advice, and they can, that can cause problems with their errors and omissions insurance if they're giving out tax advice and they're not,
qualified for it. Oh, absolutely.
If they're not registered tax preparers. But, people need to be very specific as to what they do, because then the client is going to have to say, okay, I'm going to bring on so-and-so to do this part of it, and now I'm going to make sure she has a good working relationship with my CPA or whoever's doing the taxes to make sure that transition is very smooth and not, not, I don't want to deal with them, or I'm going to give them the stuff that they, making sure it has a really good relationship, because otherwise then the client's stuck in the middle and is like, what am I paying for?
Absolutely.
Speaking of taxes, I had this one question. Maybe Dwayne and Joanne especially could. It's my client that's in trouble with the IRS. The 5 years return. The one that had the IRS treasury agent sort of worship on his doorstep demanding 5 years of returns.
Oh, that's right. I remember this.
Yeah. But anyway, then I found out he has a C Corp, and he's trying to get, in 2005 or 6, he got mileage deductions on his Schedule C, and he doesn't seem to understand the difference between being a C Corp as a real estate agent versus being a Schedule C. And I'm trying to tell him that he can't, deduct his mileage unless he has an accountable plan. Mm-hmm. And since he doesn't have, I'm sure he doesn't have an accountable plan since he's not getting W-2s from his C Corp. He's kind of loosey-goosey with the way he's treating his C Corp, it's like.
So somebody can pierce that corporate veil, you're saying?
Well, what I'm doing is that on the 1120s, I'm assuming that all of his income is a dividend to his 1040, because he doesn't have a balance sheet. He and his girlfriend or significant other were living together, and they kind of had they're both like corporations, but they were acting sort of like a partnership in a sense. And she was giving him 1099s, but she wasn't provide them to the IRS, and so they haven't found that out yet, which they will because when I talked to the revenue officer, she was not aware that he had a C corp, and because he was also a day trader.
Oh,
He had
you
this
know what? You gotta get rid of this client.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think
He's paying good money,
Day,
so
day trader equals.
Dennis, are you able to sleep at night?
I am.
Then what's your question?
Well, my question,
I told them. Go ahead,
maybe they're barber, maybe
either
they.
an attorney or they'll talk to an accountant, and they don't talk to both. And I always tell anyone who asks me, you can go look it up and you can get comparisons, but you need to talk to a lawyer, find out why the lawyer says S corp, why the lawyer says a C corp, and then you need to talk to an accountant, and then you need to weigh out what is most important for you. Why are you doing it? And then you choose. Don't choose from just your accountant or just your attorney.
Or
or
your
your
barber,
friend.
or your barber, or whatever.
Yeah, no, really.
So it's just kind of amazing how people can really sabotage themselves without even trying, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
he must have
then it
made
wants to
money
go
if
with
he
somebody
would
else.
pay you.
He's making money now.
He's making money now. So, and it
He's
was
re-
the IRS that decided that they got a hold of him.
Well, the funny thing is that he hadn't filed since 2008, but they hadn't prepared an SFR or a substitute for return. I'm kind of wondering why they've waited so long.
Yeah.
But they sent out a revenue officer to kind of scare him, you know. And she was threatening to turn over to the audit department, which I thought was kind of hilarious because the audit department's so overworked, at least in my area.
Yeah, and again, where is he getting his information from?
Well, he's getting his information from his girlfriend's QuickBooks as far as the expenses go and the income.
Sounds pretty shady to me.
Well, it sounds like it's going to get audited no matter what we do. So
Yeah,
Dennis,
and the
Dennis,
girlfriends.
are they commingling their activity? The guy and his girlfriend.
Probably.
And bank accounts.
I mean, their expenses and their
I thought
revenue.
you
And all
said they
that?
split up.
well, she's keeping track of it separately, but the QuickBooks file had a negative balance of like $500,000 in the bank account. So
So she's not reconciling her bank.
Not
all the-
reconciling something.
all the information wasn't quite there yet.
I think there's quite a bit of reconciling to do.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even know where to tell you to even start. I mean, if you don't have bank accounts, you don't have anything but a bunch of garbage in a program.
I gotta believe it's going to get audited because I think the IRS agent or IRS is probably expecting a certain amount of, income. And
Are you going to do the accounting for the so that you can do the returns or no?
no, I'm gonna refer that out to somebody. I'm not going to get involved in that mess.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
he's just gonna sign his name on the return.
Yeah.
I'd rather do the bookkeeping than sign my name on the return. I hate to tell you, Dennis.
I'm awfully good engagement, Dennis.
And the IRS is watching us right now.
Hey,
Oh, that's fine. Let them watch us. I'm not doing anything wrong.
yeah, don't understand
Dennis
the
says-
challenges. We can't make
No, I'm
things
not
hunt up
doing
when they're not there.
No, I'm telling him exactly what I think he needs to do in terms of. I'm not relying on verbals. I'm putting it in writing.
Good for you.
Poor Dennis.
I know.
You shouldn't have even brought it up because you knew we were gonna pick on you about it.
Well, it's nice to get other
Poor Sarah.
perspectives.
Sarah's having a hard time. She must be on support call.
Oh, she looks like she does not look happy at all.
It's probably Bill.com.
You've been on there for a while.
Yeah.
So what else do we want to talk about? I wanted to talk to Sarah about her Verify problem with the desktop.
Where did
What did you think of?
Michelle go?
She left
You
a
had
lot.
to
I had to go to a
Yeah.
doctor's appointment.
Oh, okay. I
And
missed
she
it.
wanted us to do this translating her chat thing.
Well, I started it. I copied and pasted it from the chat over to Word,
Okay.
So I'll work on it.
I'll do it after the 18th.
Yeah. Not only that, but
Well,
I'm going to just do a slapdash effort at it and give it to her. If she won
Yeah.
a contest for Firm of the Future and
Yeah.
gets to work with that guy, she can then clean it up.
Yep. Exactly.
No worries.
I thought she won the contest already.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
So she won't have any trouble cleaning up whatever I suggest. I'm going to just
be pretty bright.
I can tell you what I got so far if I want. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. See, I have a hard time figuring out. Oh, here we go. So, here's Word. Hold on. I'll tell you. Okay, here's what I wrote. One of my friends asked, why would you pay so much money for an accountant to help you with your bookkeeping? Well, I have a confession to make. I don't invest the money for my accountant to do my bookkeeping. So if I'm not paying for my accountant to do bookkeeping, what am I paying for? I pay for those moments when I become so tired I want to quit, but my accountant won't let me. I pay for those days when I'm so frustrated I want to throw the towel in, but my accountant insists that I enter the data anyway.
Oh, Linda, I love it.
So that's kind of what I'm at. I'm going to give that to her, and I'm going to let her clean it all up.
That's good.
That is. It's funny too.
I'm just, because she said she's got that sports analogy, and it sounds like she's good at doing this kind of stuff too. She just wanted our input. That's all.
I assume she's not going to use everything. I'm assuming she's going to pick one or two phrases,
I would guess, but she's doing a whole presentation, so she might, depending if she's speaking for 30 to 45 minutes, she could use the whole thing.
Yeah, she'd have to kind of sprinkle it in different parts of the speech, I would think.
Yeah, I have never personally heard any of the people in our accounting groups use the sports analogy, and I think it can't hurt to just play with it. If nothing else, it gets new phrases in your mind.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think accountants by nature are sports nuts.
I
Yeah.
like football.
You like football?
Yeah, I like Seahawks.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear. That's one that I know.
I'm kind of into golf because that's what my dad watched.
Okay.
Oh, well, I watch track and field, football, and MMA.
Yeah, Dwayne, he's a sports.
MMA.
Yeah.
I have a friend that's good in MMA.
Oh, yeah?
I think Kevin Gonzalez.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, he's a past client of mine. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Larry, what sports do you watch? Larry, you're muted.
There he is.
I used to watch football, but
Louder, Larry. We can hardly hear you.
Microphone.
There you go.
I used to watch football.
Used to. No longer.
Are you recovering?
Recovering, right?
Joanne?
I watch RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh, sports. I play sports. I don't watch them.
Okay.
I play softball. I'm not really into watching them unless I go to like a live event. I used to play soccer. I'll go to live events, but I'm not really one for watching
on TV.
golf or anything on TV. Yeah, the whole NCAA, everybody's la la la, and I'm just, I'll watch something on my computer if I just find a TV show to watch or something.
Yeah.
Hey, I drive the golf court. My wife likes
There you
to
go.
play golf, so
There you go.
I like to watch hockey because I know the rules of hockey and it's fast.
But
Yvette,
yeah,
what sports do you watch?
none.
None.
I don't like sports. I used to be married to a man that was into sports, and it used to drive me crazy. The sound of the background all the time, and I'm not a sports person.
Right.
I like the arts.
You like the arts, yes.
That's it.
Theater and music.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, speaking of odd things, if you get a chance to go see the movie Zootopia,
Oh, we went to see it. It was awesome.
I
I
loved it.
loved it.
Oh, Yvette, wasn't it funny when they walked into the DMV?
Oh, yeah. That sloth. And then at the end, did you catch the end?
Yes, where the
Back
guy
car?
behind the Ferrari, racing the Ferrari,
Yeah.
flash.
That whole movie was hysterical. We loved it. We took my daughter. All of us went. It was great.
It's one of the best movies I think I've ever seen in a while, in the most recent years.
Yeah, I laughed a lot. It was really nice.
But it also
Okay.
has some deep messages about how we categorize people and we put them in boxes.
Yep, very true.
Like,
Oh,
foxes,
interesting.
you just can't trust a fox. They're just dishonest.
That's what they were saying in there, right? But it's not true.
But it's interesting. I thought that was perfect the way they used animals, because you can say things like that about animals, and then they talked about prey animals and predator animals.
And then the llama singer,
About white, blacks, Mexicans, Asians, whatever, but it's the same lesson.
Yep.
And it hits home. So it was really neat. I loved it.
So what are accountants? What animal would an accountant be?
I don't know, but they
Depends on
didn't
the
have
person.
an accountant.
I would say a chameleon
I'm going with Al.
because we change colors, we can morph into whatever the client needs.
Did you hear about the chameleon that couldn't change colors?
No.
He had a reptile dysfunction.
Oh.
That's reaching.
Dennis.
That was a good one.
Dennis is dropping the mic.
Yeah, Dennis, you win.
Leave on a high note, Dennis. You better get out right now. Can't beat that one.
Put myself on mute.
That's a great one.
Poor Sarah, she's going to have to watch this later.
I know. She's like, what we should do? We should totally voice over what she's thinking right now.
Oh, that's mean. No, she's having enough agita at the moment.
What are you telling? You can't help me with this.
Can I speak to someone?
I'm just dying to know what support she's on.
Can I speak to someone who speaks
I wonder if
English?
she's still dealing with that same problem.
Is that Sarah?
The verify problem?
Yeah, the verify problem.
Oh, could be. Yeah, I want to hear about it. We gotta get
I
off
did
the phone.
too.
Sarah, you hear us?
Sarah, everybody go like
How
this.
is she still on the phone?
I'm here.
So listen, we want to hear.
Is that it?
He has me on hold.
Okay,
Who are you talking to?
is this?
Apparently clients are going to Enterprise 16 release 5 and TBX is breaking. Intuit just screwed me, I think.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Darn.
Wow.
He's got 10 users in the system. And I said, kick them all out and tell them to go home. It's Friday.
Yeah, it is
Good
Friday.
advice.
But see, I just logged into a client who's on 3P and it's working.
So I had a client that had a problem this week with their QuickBooks.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear?
Yes.
I just remember, I had nothing to do with it, unfortunately, because she got my out of office reply that said I'm not going to talk to anybody. So she first sent me an email and she said, "Help! My reimbursable expense click box it disappeared." She uses desktop. She's 2015. So when she goes in to enter an expense, the little click for reimbursable or billable box is gone. So she ends up, she first didn't want to bother me. So she calls support, and she hates calling support. 2 hours. She's between being on hold and talking to somebody. They thought she was just smoking crack. They couldn't help her. They're like, "We don't know what you're talking about." So she, in the meantime, while she's on hold, she's emailing me, "Can you help me?" And then she got my out of office reply, and she's like, I didn't get her message till later that night when I checked my email once a day. And about a half an hour later, when I was getting ready to reply to her, she said, just wanted to follow up. We fixed the problem.
Intuit said they fixed the problem?
4 hours. She was on hold 4 hours total with support, 2 different times, 2 different people. The second person had to do something with rolling back or doing, it was a recent update that QuickBooks downloaded on QuickBooks 2015 that stopped that from happening.
Oh,
So they either had to push to give her another update or they had to push another patch out to everyone's thing, but they I guess everybody was calling with that problem, and that's why she was on hold for so long that day.
Mm.
Exhausting.
yeah. Yeah, the lovely world of developing. Everything we think is stable. Then, but see, my program it's not like sending in information. I mean, it's pretty much running reports and extracting stuff. It's like, but the class code list, the corruption in the class code list is just making me crazy. So this client, it's working, but when he asks for the month-wise, the real big one, it's taking an hour. It should take seconds.
Wow.
And this one, it won't even let him in the file.
Wow.
Won't even let him in.
Is this 16?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
My 16
See,
desktops.
the thing is, they use TBX to do month end, so they're just now,
Right.
Enterprise?
So-
Is it on Enterprise, Sarah?
huh?
Are they on Enterprise or just?
Yeah, Enterprise 16, and he said the only 2 new things was they got a new server, so that wouldn't do anything. It just moved the file, and then they upgraded some of the machines. See, that's what he's on the phone talking to because he's remoted into them. He's IT.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to find out if there's any machines in their office that haven't gone to
The newer updated version.
6, so they can see if it'll work.
Oh,
Oh, what a way to end a Friday, huh?
sure is.
Oh, and y'all were over there laughing too. Oh.
Sarah, would you thought it was funny if I would have done a voiceover of your facial oh, she already put us on mute again. Oh well. I'll
No
message,
longer on hold.
I'll message her afterwards.
I have a question for everyone.
Go ahead, Dwayne.
That
Okay, I'm working on an S corp as a tax client as well as an accounting client,
Accounting form.
and I'm inheriting the condition of the accounting file, and they have a credit card account where they have a major account, and then they have several minor accounts which are corporate cards.
Yeah, you know what? You're gonna have to be a single user to.
so it's gonna
Up, wait, let me. I'm gonna mute her. Yeah, we don't need to. There we go. Sorry, Dwayne.
Okay, so when you pull up the balance sheet, the major account line item shows a huge negative number, and all of the sub-accounts for all the respective corporate cards that are held by the different employees show positive numbers. So in order to get it to balance or to reconcile it, would you have to take all the payments and allocate it to every one of the separate cards?
No, it's the main card that you do that to.
Okay. Well, that's what happened, the main card. But when you see the roll up, you see a negative balance there.
Well, what you do is, I've done this before, on the balance sheet, you could hide that and just show the final number.
But the
Right.
final number is a negative number, though.
Yeah, I think there's something else in there then, because if it's a roll up, it should net itself out.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right, but it's not rolling up and netting itself out, though. This is on.
the reconciliation reports.
Dwayne, sometimes what I do is to clear it out is I will, in other words, you've got the main credit card and underneath it you have a whole bunch of sub-accounts, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So sometimes to make sure I've cleaned them all up accurately,
Right.
I will, on the chart of accounts,
Right.
sub-account out and make it a separate account. So I can reconcile it without having it mixing in with the main one. And once I'm sure that's all right and everything's right, I can pull it back in underneath the other account. I've done that with it sometimes.
Okay. Now, can you do this
That's a
with
good idea.
QuickBooks Online?
Oh, I don't know. I don't work with online.
Okay.
I think it would be a lot harder online because taking something out and then putting it back, it's harder to see what's going on.
Yvette, can you do this on QuickBooks Online?
I don't see why you couldn't.
Okay.
You know, it can. The only thing is, it's not like the desktop. If you mess up, you have a backup.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I've never had to do that before.
Uh-huh.
You know, I have several clients that have company credit cards, and you know,
Right.
that issue. So.
Okay. All right.
Well, I do want to say that if you want to
What
back up QuickBooks Online, use Safety Net. It's free. And if you do that save right before you make changes, if something goes wrong, you'll have that restored to be able to take it back.
Okay.
Also, did you check your reconciliation reports and match it to the statements?
No, I'm going to ask the client for it.
Something did not get reconciled correctly.
I'm going to ask the client for the, I have the credit card statements, and I'm going to look at them to see how the calculations were performed to make sure that she did it correctly.
The other question I have is find out, do you know if all those accounts are connected bank feed wise inside of QBO?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Because that could be
There could be double payments.
Yeah, there could be double stuff
on the
going
credit
on.
card. That would explain why you have a minus number.
If they didn't do it right. Yeah, so you gotta check to make sure.
I'll bet that's exactly it.
That's one of the first things I do when I start evaluating somebody who uses QBO is I look at all their accounts and see which ones they're actually connecting and if they actually know how to bring them in correctly, and because it's a big mess.
Because a
I
negative
agree.
number means you've got payments but not charges that are going with those payments.
Yeah.
Right.
You have two payments, one coming in from the bank account,
Right.
one
Could be
coming in when you
duplicates.
download the credit card. And if they download the credit card first,
Right.
they get that payment as a credit on the credit card. When they download the bank, it doesn't match up. They download another payment, so they have two payments on the credit card. I'll bet Joanne nailed it.
Okay. All right.
Look for that.
Okay.
That's my gut. People do not. Bank feeds are our worst nightmare and our best friend. They're the biggest oxymoron that can happen in accouning. But it's
I agree 100%.
If they get in the wrong hands, it can be horrible. But they can be so sweet if they work.
I agree.
And that's why it's imperative that the reconciliation is done.
So I just wanted to mention a quick tool that I used, that I've been using a couple of tax seasons. I actually purchased it, but you can, if you really need to use it in a pinch, you can actually download the demo version and use it for like 7 days for free. And it's one of those PDF to Excel extractors.
I own one. Yeah.
And the one that I use is called Able to Extract.
That's the one I use. Love it.
I love it.
Last year.
Yeah.
Or the number 2.
Able number 2 Extract.
Got it.
And what you should do is you should search for, because I'm not sure how they do the new trials, but I know that if you search for the professional 9.0, that's the last release. At least that release gave you a 7-day full use of it.
Yeah.
And I sat there, and you can literally take it. It doesn't have to be a bank downloaded PDF. You can scan a document, highlight it, and tell it to put columns, and boom, it'll send it right to Excel. And I did that and manipulated the Excel file and batch uploaded a whole entire year in like a couple of hours for a client.
I love it.
So awesome tool.
The other thing I use is CSV to QBO or QIF to QBO. Those are awesome.
Yeah. Love that. So I just wanted to give you guys that heads up that you can, if you were looking to do something like that, you can give that a try for 7 days. But it's a full, you have full on use on it. So don't be afraid.
It's not so expensive either.
The only thing it does is it hinders you is you can only do 1 page at a time, which is not that big of a deal. Like when you buy the professional version, I can say just do the whole every single page all at once. But that's the only downside is you just screen grab one page at a time. So, but it's a good one. It's an alternative to some of the other ones that have been floating around out there, and it's very reasonable. Isn't it only like $120?
Yeah, I think when I bought it, because I bought it last year, a year and a half ago, I think I paid $99.99 for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's fairly reasonable.
Yeah.
What's it called? Able to.
Able to with the number 2 and then extract,
Mhm.
and you want to search for professional, and then the latest version that's out is 10. So, but if for some reason, if you download what I was saying is if you download the trial for 10 and they don't give you 10 days free, if you search the internet for
Got it.
professional 9, I know that one for sure. Because I have it on my computer and I had my son download it on his computer and install it so he could do all that work for me. I'm like, here, go play with this product. He was having a blast with it. He was
Good. It's nice to have one of them.
There's another one called PDF to Excel, and it's one of Seth's friends, and there's a zoom in on it. I think it was back in November.
Yeah.
That's
what I was saying. That this is an alternative to that.
Yeah.
I think this one is a little bit cheaper, but I don't know. I like it. It works really well.
Yeah, as long as it works.
It's so easy to use too.
So easy.
Did you see Seth's hangout this morning where they had 17 hats and using it as a lead capture?
No, I did that already though.
It was pretty. I guess he's going to write a video post on it or something pretty soon.
Well, Joanne already has
I
it.
already do it. You've been able to do that for about a year and a half now.
And don't you have videos on that, Joanne?
Yeah, where did you find those videos, Joanne?
I don't know. The lead capture, no. I don't think I've done a video on the lead capture yet. No.
Okay.
Just used it.
I just use it. Yeah, that's what I mean. I saw that he was doing a 17 hats thing, and I'm like, I got to do taxes. I can't.
Yeah, right.
17
Sarah,
hats.
is it okay to unmute you now?
Where'd she go?
Larry, you're muted.
Okay. I'm trying. Well, maybe she wants to be muted.
Can you hear me?
There
What are
we
you
go.
doing?
Mark is talking to him.
Ah.
Oh,
I muted you, Sarah, because things were coming through, and I didn't think you wanted
Sorry,
them
I
to.
thought I had muted.
Got it.
Hey, did you see that? Well, if any of you are on my personal Facebook page, I put up the logos that I've been working on.
ugh. You and your branding dilemma. I'll look at them in April 18th.
I know the timing is horrible, isn't it?
Well, speaking of that, Joanne, I need some pictures of Peace
Let me
Monkey.
go look at your personal
You
Facebook
do.
page.
You do.
I do, so we can put them up as the mascot for us. I mean, I'm using graphics now, and they're just standard things.
Is the monkey still in Syracuse?
This monkey is still in Syracuse. I don't know. Who am I sending it to next?
Was it Mariette?
I thought it was Mariette.
I don't know.
We'll have to ask her. I don't think anything's happening as far as anybody's concerned until after the 18th anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be even after the 18th because I'm shutting down. Like, I need to get out of here and I need to do my own stuff.
Anything but accounting
Anything
until
but
May.
accounting. That's right.
You're not going to redo your website or anything cool like
No,
that?
that's what I'm doing. I'm doing all of my stuff. I have 5 websites to do.
Oh my goodness.
I think I'm just going to hire somebody. I think I'm just going to cough up the money and just do it.
Do it. I mean, that's what I did. I just hired somebody.
I'm really liking this gal that
From 99 Designs?
no, that's just a cheap logo place where I had 600 options and from non-designers.
The one you published looks really nice. The ASB ink with the teal and the green, both.
Yeah, talk to me later about which one you like.
Where do you see that?
I like them all. What?
Can you put the link in the chat?
Yeah, put the link in the chat.
Let me see if I can find it. I can.
Oh, maybe I can, duh.
Can you?
I'm multitasking like you wouldn't believe here.
Thinking
Well,
maybe.
while you're doing that, we have Kathy here with us, muted and no picture. Would you like to join us? Is there anything you want to talk about today? Kathy?
Cathie, Kovacs. Maybe related to Ernie Kovacs.
It's a long time ago.
It is a long time. Maybe a grandfather or something.
Okay, she just wants to join us in spirit.
No mic or camera, sorry, she said.
Got it. Well, we're happy to have you.
Yeah.
You can chat if you want to talk about anything, if you want to bring anything up.
Right, there is a chat thing. Oh, she has no mic or camera on that PC.
Yeah.
Thanks. I seem like a lurker, I realize.
Oh, that's okay. Larry was lurking as a dragon for a long time.
I know. I used to say,
Yeah,
who's that dragon guy?
Still does. Sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Well,
So I guess Sarah's not posting that. Sarah, are you going to post that link?
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
yeah, I wasn't quite sure how to do it. If I share, it'll go over to my page, but
Can you copy the URL address and put it in the chat?
oh, well, I think the problem
can. Hold on.
if I do that, what is
Sarah will take care of it.
I think that's just going to give you her feed.
This is a big, big drawn out thing for a URL.
It is. It's facebook.com.
We might say goodbye and come back.
Let's do this off air.
I found it. I found it. Oh, it's in an email. That's okay. I can click vote now and get an URL, right? Yes, got it.
Good.
Oh, God. Okay.
Don't you just love this
We're
technology?
accounting technology people.
Oh, God. You know, but you talk about computer programs. I went to my wellness center for my, what do you have, an HMO for your health care as Medicare? And it turns out they had all kinds of stuff on my computer record that was not true at all.
Ah,
Oh my God.
And I said to her, I said, none of that stuff was ever true. I think that the data file is corrupt. And I think what it's done is mixed my records with somebody else's records.
Do they believe you?
Oh, yeah, she did. And she was
Yeah,
trying to
we have that problem all the time.
So I'm gonna have to talk to my primary care physician because I'll bet the data got corrupted.
oh my goodness.
He was the
That's
sweet
horrible. I mean, that could give you the wrong drugs. That could,
Yeah.
all kinds of
It's
terrible
really
stuff.
funny. They had me with all these terrible mental illnesses.
Now they're not even believing you.
No,
They could have told you, hey, wait here for a minute, and then, just put you in the loony bin.
Yeah, wait here for a minute.
no,
and the
I
guys
said,
in
well,
white
if there's a
coats
knock on my door and
Lock you
somebody
up.
gives me a straitjacket, I'll know what happened.
And she's in denial about her mental illnesses. Don't believe
This poor
Got
doctor is
multiple
really
personalities. She thinks she's
But the doctor left having her own practice because there were too many regulations and all the doctors are required to go online and everything has to be electronic now. And it was just too much for her. It was overwhelming. So now she left that and she's going to work for the hospital instead, where they pay her a paycheck and somebody else has to be responsible for making
all
this.
that electronic stuff. I don't think we're going to get Sarah's link at the moment. We're a little over, so I am going
Go to Sarah's Facebook page, which is Sarah Laidlaw Woodruff. It's all right there.
I put it in the chat. Is it not there?
No. Did you send it to somebody? There you go.
Oh, I got it.
Why don't you hit enter?
Yes, let's see if it works.
I didn't hit enter.
put in the
It's
Facebook.
there. Sorry.
If the dog starts whining, I'm going to scream.
Oh, okay. I
Poor
see.
Penny.
Well, I like the top one. I think they're nice. I like the one that did some.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, Hector's going to have another baby. They just had the other one.
Yeah.
yes, I saw that.
Where are you guys looking?
They're on Facebook.
Hector's got another. Oh, we're going to Miami. Mark's company just opened up a branch in Miami.
Are
Good.
you going to meet up with Hector?
So we'll have to hook up with Hector, yeah.
Yeah, he's wonderful. I met him at.
Sarah, I like your logo. It looks nice.
Where
Sarah,
is it?
Sarah, I like 348.
Sarah? Oh, come on. There it is.
The logo looks nice.
Woo!
The one on the far right.
Oh, I like the one on the left.
I like the last one. So we're all going to be no help.
Yeah, I think the left is easier to read. You want to be careful about getting it to the point where the one in the middle, it looks like ASS, and I don't think you need that.
I think the one on the bottom looks kind of stylish. What do you
I
think?
like that. I scroll all the way down the very last one, number 348. That's the one I like.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I'm going to read it.
That's pretty, and it's easy to read.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Me likey. That's what I'm going to put.
348, you said.
Okay.
I don't really want to know who wins.
Which one?
I'm
I
sure.
like-
Well, you'll see.
I will see.
I like 508.
What does the ASB stand for?
Accounting Services Bureau.
Ooh.
Okay.
I like the B on 561.
61.
I prefer 561. I
Ah.
just like that.
I
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah, the B. I just love the
Very
B.
pretty.
I don't know. The one that I liked is number one right now. in
Which
your-
one?
The bottom one.
The bottom one?
How can you tell it's number one?
348?
348, because if you actually vote for it, it'll get you to the voting page.
Oh, and you see how many people have
Yes.
voted for it.
Oh, you guys can see?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
why I like
go for
348 is because it's the only one that looks like a real logo.
It
Right.
looks really good. I love the coloring. I love the accounting underneath it.
Yeah.
It
But
does
then
look
I
good.
said I like the accounting solutions, but then it gets too small. I mean, we need
No, you're right. I like the ASB Inc. accounting. That's all you need. You
just accounting, no
you need
solutions.
accounting services. Of course, they're services. What would they be? Products?
No, not services, solutions.
Oh, whatever. You don't need that.
Yeah.
And you have Sarah and Mark on some of them.
Well, what I tasked them to
PDFs.
do was there's going to be 3 logos. Okay.
Got
So
it.
whatever S and B is in TBX, the S has to be with Sarah and Mark, and the B has to be in the TBX. And the X I've had since
got it.
2004, so I'm keeping the X.
Got
So they're not getting paid for the other. It's not really part of this campaign, except that they've got to convince me that the S and the B can work in the other 2 logos.
Gotcha.
Got it. Well, that makes
So-
sense.
385. This young gal's so cute. She's got a 2-year-old at her knees, and she has been working the hardest.
Oh, I like 385.
Yeah. So
I
she
like the Sarah
380
mark on that.
385. She took the S from my signature.
Oh,
Then
Wow.
on 560, she took the M from Mark's signature.
oh.
See, my favorite is 560, but I can't decide on green or blue. But I like the B on 561. They're not liking any of them that I like.
Yeah, the B on 561 is. I just like that ASB. I just think it's very clean and easy. to read.
561 looks nice, but it looks kind of
It
boring.
looks what?
Kind of boring.
Boring.
561.
I like boring. But they didn't give you a
They all
TBX
look
for
nice,
Sarah
those
and
guys.
Mark, did they? Why
He did on other. I've got 600 of these. Yes, he did.
Wow.
I even like 508.
I would be overwhelmed with that amount. I couldn't choose.
508 was a guy. He was coming in with crazy stuff, neon, and I was ignoring him. And then at the last minute, he just came in with something really simple.
That's because he knew you were
It
ignoring
almost
him.
looks like the same person did them all.
Well, you know why? They all
Because
started
you
bumping
kept
into
telling them what you wanted.
fonts.
Yeah, because they started copying. Because I did that a long time ago with a logo, and they start to see what you like, and then
Yeah.
everybody else starts to like.
And then they start bitching, going, so-and-so just stole my
That
font.
was my idea. That was my font.
Yeah, but you know what Veronica's doing? Veronica can take the letters and then she starts thinning it. She rounded it like on 560. The font that comes with that set is it's like an edge.
Okay. Well, I think 561, but that's not, you don't like it, but that's fine. You'll pick something, you know.
Gosh,
All right, teal or green?
Blue.
I like blue because it's my
Blue.
favorite thing with blue, but green is good too. I mean, because it's what we do. We deal with money.
That's why I like green, yeah.
Yeah,
Money
you know,
green is
Sarah,
good.
Yeah,
I got
because
it.
money in
good.
America is green. Money around the world is not necessarily green.
That's true.
Blue,
Yeah, but
yellow.
Sarah's clients, they're not out of the U.S., are they, Sarah?
No.
But the blue represents trustworthiness. I think blue is better for accounting.
Sort of fresher.
Did you call Sarah?
Yeah, cool under pressure.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I've heard that when you're in accounting, color. And that's not my favorite color. I love blue.
All right.
I like tie-dye. Or Hello Kitty pink. Is that appropriate for accounting?
I like, 561 is green on the top and blue on the bottom.
All right,
there
guys,
you
I gotta
go.
go. I gotta go do some
Okay.
taxes.
I got to get dinner ready.
Bye. Yeah, we should end this
Thank you. Bye-bye.
till next week. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Perfect.
Same time, same place next week.
April 15th next week.
April 18th.
18th.
No, 15th.
18th.
Friday is the 15th, yes, but taxes are not due until the 18th.
18th. That's right.
So.
See y'all next
Thank
weekend.
you.
See you later.